Hello and welcome. In this recording, I will be explaining the official sample paper 1 for the ITIL 4 problem management practice. There are two official sample papers, 1 and 2, and these are available to you in the PDF formats along with their answer sheets in PDF in your e-learning access. There is also the simulation available for you as well as this recording. So you could attempt these on your own using the PDFs or the simulation, or you could look at this recording as well. In addition, there are two mock exams available. Those are from PeopleCert. Those have to be purchased. And if you are interested, you may contact us at info@oneworldtraining.com if you would like to purchase those additional two sample papers. Those are to be practiced online at the PeopleCert site. Firstly, about One World Training. You may be aware we are a global training, business simulation, and training company having our offices in the USA, UK, the Netherlands, India, Malaysia, UAE, South Africa, and many other countries globally. We provide training in many areas such as IT, business management, project management, ISO standards, GDPR, and many other topics, both for individuals and organizations. We offer our courses in 5 different ways. 1, public classroom based. 2, online from home or work. 3, e-learning. 4, a blended approach of e-learning along with in-person support whenever needed. And lastly, at the user's location, that is on-site for both private and government organizations. We are an authorized training center and endorsed by leading global professional bodies. You can see below some of our accreditation logos and the courses that we offer. The problem management practice exam is a 30-minute exam. There will be 20 questions, each question worth 1 mark, and there is only one correct answer per question, so which means those are multiple choice questions. And you need to answer at least 13 questions correctly to pass the exam. It is a closed book exam and there is no negative marking. If you're writing the exam in a language different from your spoken language, you get 25% additional exam time. So let's start our journey to practice these 20 sample questions. Question 1. What is usually included in a problem record when it is created for both reactive and proactive problem identification? Meaning, you might recollect there are two processes, proactive problem identification and reactive problem identification, apart from two other processes, problem control and error control. The options here are A, problem workaround, B, incidents requiring a root cause analysis, C, associated configuration items, and D, problem solution. So when a problem record is created, which of these is included for both reactive and proactive problems? I will pause for a moment to allow you to think about it before I explain the answer. Option A is incorrect because the problem workaround is developed as part of the error control activity, and it is not usually known when the problem is logged. Workarounds reduce the likelihood of incidents to an acceptable minimum. Sometimes the workaround may be permanent. However, the ideal case would be a permanent resolution. Option B, incidents requiring a root cause analysis. This is also incorrect because this is about incidents. So in the problem identification stage, incidents are known only during the reactive problem identification and not in the proactive. Whereas in the question, we have both proactive and reactive. Reactive approach focuses on investigating the cause of incidents that have already occurred. So in this approach, the symptoms are analyzed and then the causes are found out so that the incidents may be prevented from recurring, and there can be resolution of the open incidents also. Whereas a proactive approach is focused on identifying problems before they lead to incidents. Option C, associated configuration items, is the correct answer because that is always included when a problem record is created. The last one, problem solution, is developed as part of the error control activity and therefore not usually known at the time of the problem being logged. So C is the correct answer. Question number 2. What activity do organizations usually start with when they adopt problem management? A, proactive problem identification. B, reactive problem identification. C, problem control. And D, error control. If you think about this, it cannot be problem control or error control because that happened much later on. It can be either the proactive or the reactive problem identification when they begin to adopt problem management. So the question is whether it is proactive or reactive. And the correct answer here would be the reactive problem management, because organizations start with reactive problem identification based on repeating and major incidents to the minimum, and only afterwards they can move on to the proactive problem identification. Whereas problem control and error control occur much later because both of them depend on the problem identification. And problem control requires the problem records as an input. Error control also requires the problem records as an input. So B would be correct. The third question, which third-party contribution to problem management should not be documented in a problem model? A, how the third party helps to investigate specific types of problem. B, how the third party documents workaround for problems. C, how the third party helps to develop the problem management practice. Or D, how the third party identifies and logs problems. Question is about the third party's contribution, and you may recollect that the third parties may either perform problem management activities or provide support for tools for problem management or provide consulting and advisory. And in a problem model, so as part of providing consulting and advisory, they may be able to develop the problem management practice for the organization, or maybe even able to define the problem model. However, the question is about what should not be documented in a problem model. Therefore, the correct answer would be C, how the third party helps to develop the problem management practice. This will definitely not be documented in the problem model. Whereas all the others may be performed by the third party and can be documented in the problem model. So if you look at option A, problem models should define how third parties are involved. Option B, similarly, and option D, similarly. Question 4, what is the benefit of the problem management practice to the service provider? A, reduced service reliability. B, increased cost. C, reduced technical debt. Or D, increased business risks. This should be an easier question. Note that the benefit is for the provider, not the consumer. Therefore, it cannot be A, reduced reliability, or B, increased cost, or D, increased business risks, but it will be C, reduced technical debt. So for the service provider, reduced technical debt is a benefit. In fact, the option A should have been the opposite, because benefit for service provider includes increased reliability of the services, of the IT services. Similarly, B should have been reduced costs and reduced losses, and D should have been reduced business risks, which is a benefit for the service consumers. Question 5. A service provider identified several errors in the third-party software which cannot be resolved for various reasons. The application management team identified a way to prevent incidents related to those errors. However, the team is conscious of the errors and needs to monitor and regularly review them to ensure that the impact assessment and the workarounds remain valid. How can automation of problem management support the team in this situation? So the question is about there has been a workaround created to prevent incidents for certain errors, but the incidents have to be monitored continuously, because it's possible that the workarounds may not be effective for the recurring incidents, and a better workaround or a permanent resolution may be needed. Therefore, how can automation help in this situation? Option A, by supporting automated correlation of incidents. Option B, by supporting the problem management metrics. C, supporting problem diagnosis with machine learning. Or D, supporting integration with change records. Option A can be very useful because monitoring and regular review of known errors can benefit from automated monitoring and correlation of related incidents. So if a resolution has been applied and a certain type of incident is supposed to be prevented by the resolution, then incident monitoring can automatically reassign the problem for further investigation if the incidents occur. But if the incident do not occur for an agreed period of time, then the problem can be reviewed and closed. So A would be correct. Option B is incorrect because measurement of problem management is not important for the improvement of the practice. Though it is useful, but it will not support the described situation. Option C, supporting problem diagnosis with machine learning. In this case, the known errors has been already diagnosed. So therefore, further diagnosis will not be useful. So C is also incorrect. Option D, supporting integration with change records. It is important to do this, but it does not directly help in the given situation. Question 6. What is the correct description of a known error? A solution that reduces or eliminates the impact of one or more incidents. B, a problem that has been analyzed but has not been resolved. C, an error which may cause or has already caused one or more incidents. D, a repeatable approach to the management of a particular type of problem. This question should be easy. It's about the known error. And if you remember well, the answer would be option B, a problem that has been analyzed but has not been resolved. Option A is the definition of a workaround. Option C is a definition of a problem. And option D is the definition of a problem model. Question 7. What typically determines an organization's target capability level for its problem management practice? A, the organization's strategy, positioning, business model, and operating model. B, the target maturity levels for incident management, change enablement, and services practices. C, the capability criteria that are achieved by the problem management practice. Or D, the organization's value streams and key metrics. You might observe that some questions had appeared in the e-learning modules at the end of the module. For example, I recollect this one had appeared, and that's quite likely, but there are many other additional questions in this sample paper practice. So how does an organization determine which capability level they should achieve or go for this practice? So A would be correct. It would depend on the organization's strategy, position, business model, the positioning in the market, the business model, and operating model. And in such a case, some practices may be more important, therefore need a higher level of capability. Option B is incorrect for the same reason. And ITIL does not specify which practices are more important for an organization. It is very organization specific. Similarly, option C, these criteria, the capability criteria, can be used to assess the practice ability to fulfill its purpose and to contribute to the organization's service value system. But achievement of the capability criteria will show the current capability level, not the target level. Therefore, C is incorrect. And option D, the organization's value streams and key metrics, also incorrect. They may be part of the operating model, generally will be, but on their own, not sufficient to establish the target capability level. Question 8. A service provider is implementing a new service configuration management system. How will problem management benefit from it? A, the system will help to measure the practice performance. B, the system will support collaboration between problem management teams. C, the system will support management of the problem and known error records. Or D, the system will help to categorize and investigate problems. The question is about implementing a service configuration management system. Remember, that is about the configuration items and those records. We begin with option A. That would be incorrect because service configuration management systems cannot be used to measure the practice performance. And option B also incorrect because they cannot be used to support collaboration. And option C also incorrect. They cannot support management of the problem and known error records. However, service configuration management system can help to categorize and investigate problems. They support the problem categorization and investigation.